It was a quiet Sunday morning. Sailors were sleeping in. Some were eating breakfast. Some were writing letters home to their mothers. Then, at 7:55 a.m., hell fell from the sky. In just 110 minutes, the Japanese military killed 2,403 Americans, wounded 1,178 more, and shattered the illusion that the United States could stay out of the deadliest war in human history. By 1941, World War II had already been raging for 2 years. Hitler's Nazi Germany had swallowed up most of Europe. Japan was expanding its empire across Asia, brutal, fast, unstoppable. Britain was barely holding on. The Soviet Union was bleeding. But America? America stayed on the sidelines. Most Americans didn't want another war. They remembered World War I, the mud, the gas, the 116,000 American boys who never came home. President Franklin D. Roosevelt felt the pull of both worlds, help the Allies, but keep America out of the fire. Japan, however, had other plans. They saw the U.S. Pacific Fleet stationed at Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, as the one obstacle standing between them and total dominance of the Pacific Ocean. So they decided to destroy it, before America even had a chance to fight back. Admiral Isoroku Yamamoto was the brain behind it all. Japan's most brilliant naval mind. He had studied in America. He knew Americans. And he knew that a surprise attack was the only way Japan could win. For months, Japanese pilots trained in secret. They studied Pearl Harbor's layout like a map tattooed on their hands. On November 26, 1941, a massive Japanese fleet, 6 aircraft carriers, 23 support ships, 414 aircraft, silently moved across the North Pacific. Radio silence. Total darkness. No one saw them coming. Back in Hawaii, it was a paradise morning. The USS Arizona sat in the harbor like a steel giant. Young men 18, 19, 20 years old had no idea that 183 Japanese aircraft were already screaming toward them at full speed. The first wave hit at 7:55 a.m. Bombs rained down. Torpedoes sliced through the water like sharks. The USS Arizona took a direct hit to its ammunition magazine. It exploded with a force so violent that the 1,177 men aboard were killed in less than 9 minutes. The ship sank in 9 minutes. To this day, oil still slowly leaks from its wreck, called the Tears of the Arizona, by those who visit. Smoke blanketed the harbor. Ships capsized. Men burned in flaming oil on the water's surface. Nurses ran toward the chaos when every instinct said run away. Soldiers grabbed weapons with shaking hands and fired at planes they could barely see through the smoke. By 9:55 a.m., it was over. In less than 2 hours, Japan had sunk or damaged 21 American naval vessels, destroyed 188 aircraft, and killed thousands. It looked like a total victory for Japan. But Yamamoto himself, the man who planned it all, reportedly said afterward, "I fear all we have done is to awaken a sleeping giant and fill him with a terrible resolve." He was right. The next day, December 8, 1941, President Roosevelt stood before Congress. His voice was steady. His jaw was set. He called December 7th, a date which will live in infamy. Congress declared war on Japan in 33 minutes. Germany and Italy declared war on the U.S. days later. Just like that, America was in it. All the way in. What Japan thought would cripple America actually ignited it. Within days, recruiting offices across the country had lines stretched around the block. Men and women, lined up to serve. American factories stopped making cars and started making tanks, bombers, and battleships around the clock, 7 days a week. By 1944, America was producing 1 new military aircraft every 5 minutes. The industrial might of the United States became the single greatest weapon the Allied forces had. Pearl Harbor united a divided nation overnight. The isolationists went quiet. The debates ended. There was only one direction now, forward into the fight. 4 years later, after brutal campaigns across 2 oceans, America and the Allies stood victorious. Nazi Germany was defeated. Imperial Japan surrendered. The world was rebuilt. It all started, and ended, because of one Sunday morning in Hawaii. The USS Arizona still rests on the bottom of Pearl Harbor. Over 900 of its crew members are still entombed inside it, never recovered, never brought home. Veterans who survived that day would sometimes request, in their final wishes, to have their ashes scattered over the wreck, to return to their brothers. They went down together. And together they still rest. Some sacrifices are so great, the ocean itself becomes a grave, and a memorial. United States share this story. These names deserve to be remembered.